So welcome guys back to another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with all players that have been linked with the summer transfer move to Arsenal and away from Arsenal. We have more news today surrounding Lisandro Martinez and also Alex Grimaldo, as it seems like a move for the Benfica left back seems more and more likely. But before that, let's just quickly go over a match that Arsenal played yesterday, which was against Ipswich, in which we beat them 5-1. There were two teams, one for the first half, one for the second half, and we did end up beating them 5-1 with a hat-trick from Eddie Nketiah and star performances from the likes of Thomas Partey and Flo Balogun also getting on the score sheet. So I'll quickly guys read you the report for the game before we get straight into the news about Lisandro Martinez. Eddie Nketiah scored a hat-trick as we kicked off our preseason programme with a comfortable 5-0 win over Ipswich Town in a behind-closed-door friendly at London Colney on Saturday. Our new number 14 racked up a first-half treble, also assisting Sambi Lokonga's goal before Florian Balogun got in the act before half-time. The match was an opportunity for Mikel Arteta to give some action to those players who returned to training at the start of the week, essentially those who weren't involved in post-season fixtures. It was meant he was able to field the likes of Thomas Partey, Ben White, Nicolas Pepe in a strong-looking first-half lineup, as well as a host of players who were away on loan last season, including Hector Bellerin, who captained the team, and Reiss Nelson. And our class told in the opening exchanges there were barely 30 seconds on the clock when Nketiah opened the scoring, and the striker soon turned provided, laying on the second for Sambi Lokonga. The Belgian midfielder was able to tap home after an impressive team move. Nketiah then completed his hat-trick inside 35 minutes with a couple of trademark poacher finishes. Cruising up 4-0 at half-time, Arteta changed the entire lineup for the second half, and it was the time for the youth team players to shine. Flo Balogun was the next to find the target. If I can find this, find the target. And then before Ipswich reduced the errors with a consolation through Sani Aluku. But it was all round a comfortable victory for the Gunners, who depart for a training camp in Germany on Monday, a trip that culminates with a friendly away trip to Nuremberg on Friday, July the 8th. That will be followed by 3 games in the USA as we continue our build up to the big Premier League kickoff at Crystal Palace on Friday, August the 5th. And yeah, we did beat Ipswich 5-1 in a pre-season friendly. So that is the news. We did beat them 5-1. So let's move on now to Lisandro Martinez. Now look, Lisandro Martinez, as we know, yesterday we heard that Manchester United were looking to accelerate their bid in order to try and sign the Argentinian centre-back. Now, it seems like today there's been, or when I'm recording this, it seems like there have been more developments in Arsenal's case to try and sign him. As reports by The Athletic suggest that Arsenal are now going to meet Ajax for Lisandro Martinez amid Manchester United interest, and are scheduled to meet Ajax next week as they battle to sign defender Lisandro Martinez. The North London club and rivals Manchester United are negotiating with their Dutch counterparts for the Argentina international. Both English sides believe Martinez is happy to join them, and personal terms are not expected to be an issue. If Ajax get what they want, which is thought to be around 50 million euros guaranteed, the 24-year-old defender will have to choose his preferred destination. United have offered Ajax 40 million euros guaranteed with a potential 5 million in add-ons. Martinez is said to have been told the Eredivisie champions that the only option you'll consider this summer is a move to the Premier League. When Ajax extended his contract last October, there was an understanding that they would not stand in the way if such an opportunity aroused. Arsenal have long pursued Martinez and made him the defensive priority for the transfer window. Newly appointed United manager Erik ten Hag wants to reunite with his former charge. The pair works together at Ajax, and the opportunity is understood to appeal to the left-sided centre-back. Martinez played mostly in a central defence, but can also operate as a left-back and as a holding midfielder. He's made 120 appearances for Ajax since arriving from Argentinian side Defensa Justicia in 2019. And yeah, that is what the Athletic have said on Lisandro Martinez. Now, it seems like he'd be happy to join both teams, but again, because Erik ten Hag is at Manchester United, that automatically gives them an advantage in their bid to try and sign him. And it is, I think, if it came down to Arsenal and United tabling the same bid to Ajax, which both got accepted, I think it would then come down to who does he want to join, Manchester United or Arsenal. He is said to like, I'm quoting it because that's what I've seen in the reports. He's quoted to have Arteta's ideas, but also would be very keen to reunite with manager Erik ten Hag. Now, again, that depends on how good their relationship is, ten Hag's and Lisandro's, and whether it was good at Ajax, whether it wasn't, who knows. But it seems like it probably would have been good, which is why Manchester United would want him to come to the club. So look, at the moment, Manchester United have offered 45 million euros, including add-ons. As of now, Arsenal have only offered 40 million euros, including add-ons as of now. And it seems like in this meeting, which will take place next week, in these advanced negotiations, Arsenal will try and match Manchester United's bid in an attempt to try and secure his services. It seems like Arsenal have not pulled out of the race to try and sign him. Lisandro Martinez is a defensive priority, and are understood to really want the centre back, as a potential cover for Gabriel Magalhaes and as a potential cover for Kieran Tierney. Whether he is used as a left back, it remains to be unseen, but Arsenal still want him as their defensive priority and will look to next week try and continue advanced negotiations for Lisandro Martinez in an attempt to conclude the transfer. So I think next week will be 100% key on this. However, Manchester United again are still there. They're going to try and keep pushing because Eric Ten Hag does want the player. So I think this will rumble on for a bit longer. But I feel like Arsenal are in the right position to try and sign him. But again, it comes down to whether Manchester United will push on, because Arsenal look like they want to push on. Manchester United have so far tabled the larger bid, but Ajax still want 50 million euros guaranteed, and how that is structured with add-ons. We'll have to see how that one is structured. But it does seem like Arsenal and United will go head to head next week, with advanced negotiations continuing for Lisandro Martinez. So that is the news on Lisandro Martinez. Ajax want 50 million euros. Arsenal are going to meet with Ajax next week to try and negotiate advance leave for the Argentinian centre back. He is open to joining either club. Personal terms will not be an issue, and it then just becomes who could provide the better project for Lisandro. So that is the news on Lisandro Martinez as of now. And let's move on to the next bit of news. The next bit of news is on a player I did talk about briefly yesterday, and that is, if I can bring him up quickly, Alex Grimaldo of Benfica. Now, as I said, I talked about him yesterday, and I said he's a potential left back that Arsenal could go for. Now, the reason I'm bringing him up properly, more formally today, is because Brentford are going to secure the signing of Aaron Hickey. Now, Aaron Hickey is a player that we were intensely linked with, actually, not so long ago, and there were even reports stretching to the fact that Arsenal was pretty much a done deal. It was pretty much a done deal. It's going to come to Arsenal. Now, so here we go from Fabrizio Romano that he's going to join Brentford, Aaron Hickey. Now, this suggests that Arsenal probably weren't as close to agreeing that deal as some may have suggested. As reports may have suggested, maybe it was agent talk, maybe the agents were trying to push a deal for him to join Arsenal just to stir up interest from other Premier League clubs. Because again, that's a tactic a lot of agents use a lot, especially using clubs like Arsenal to try and stir up interest. Look, he's a player in demand, Arsenal close to agreeing a deal, just for another Premier League club to, just because he wants a Premier League club, you know what I mean? It's just to stir up interest. It's just agents trying to stir up interest. So it looks like Aaron Hickey is going to go to Brentford for £14 million. That means Arsenal will have to look elsewhere if they want a man-to-man replacement for Kieran Tierney. Whether Lisandro Martinez will be a cover, who knows, but a more formal cover looks to be Alex Grimaldo. Now, this is a report that's come out from a few different sources, but according to the Record, the North London outfit have made an inquiry to Benfica over the availability of Grimaldo. It has been claimed that along with contacting the Premier League side, they've also been in touch with the players' representatives, and Arsenal could land the ex-Barcelona Academy ace in a cut-price deal with his contract in the Estadio da Luz to expire in 2023. Benfica could reportedly be open to part ways with Grimaldo should they receive an offer between 6 to 7 million. And what could be a plus for Arsenal, both Arteta and Grimaldo share the same agency in Wasserman. Should the fullback join the Premier League club, he would link up with former Benfica man Tavares. Since arriving at Benfica in 2016 from Barca, Grimaldo has won 3 Portuguese top-flight titles as well as both domestic cups. Known for having an eye for goal, he chipped in with an impressive 6 goals and 9 assists in 47 games last season. And for me, Alex Grimaldo is an excellent option because he's a left back who's been highly rated over the last few years. And because his contract's running out, he could be available for £6 to £7 million. Now, I really like this option, and I think it's probably a better option than Hickey. It's probably a better option than Lisandro in terms of a left back. I think in terms of backup left centre back, Lisandro is a brilliant option. But in terms of a left back, I think Grimaldo is probably one of the perfect options. I think another player we could be looking at is Nicolas Tagliafico of Ajax, also Ajax. But I feel like Grimaldo is an excellent option for such a cheap price and for such a player that's been experienced at such a high level. I feel like it's a good opportunity for us, and it's a good age, 26 years old. he could really help Kieran Tierney. He could provide like sort of what's it called, like competition for Kieran Tierney. So I think it's a good option for us, Alex Grimaldo, and I really do think we should look to, try and secure the deal, because it's a good deal, and I think it's good value for money, shall we say. But that's it for today. 2-3 bits of news we've covered today. Not much going on. It's a lot of regurgitated news on different players on here and there and there. So I'm trying to conclude it down to the main bits that you guys would want to know. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. What do you guys think about Lisandro Martinez and Alex Grimaldo as well? Do you guys think it's a right option, or should we try and hijack a deal for Aaron Hickey, or should we try and go for another left back out there like Tagliafico? What do you guys think? Leave it all in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Oh.